The opinions expressed during this commentary are based off of my own personal experiences, studies, and research, and my statements are not meant to be used as tools to manipulate or misguide. I mean, no disrespect to anyone, and this topic is just a conversational piece constructed to provoke thought and light debate. You are entitled to your own opinions and views. Please represent yourself in the most intellectual manner possible, okay? There are moderators inside of my comment section. Make sure that you respect each other. I appreciate the people in my village. Respect the tribe, okay? Have vision and stay focused. Namaste.
You are now listening to the God Queen podcast.
Hey, good morning, guys. It's Soncerae here. Welcome to the God Queen Live. I appreciate you listening to me on Spreaker, as well as Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Thank you for being here. I will be turning on my membership on my YouTube channel. So my videos, if you join membership, you'll get specific type of perks, okay? Which is kind of like behind the scene films, exclusive videos, bloopers and stuff like that. Just a whole bunch of stuff that I used to always put out there on my YouTube channel for free. And now you got to have a membership in order to see those things, especially the exclusive content that can't really be posted on YouTube like that. Like, people always be like, what happened to your real videos? Like, the topics of discussion, basically, as far as probably the Black community goes, I'm going to put under my membership only, perks on my YouTube channel. And so, speaking of my YouTube channel, I'm no longer posting inside of my comment section. I will no longer be inside of my community tab as well. However, if you would like to speak to me directly, there is a form that will be in my description box as well as my comment section. And you can send me comments, questions, suggestions there, and we can talk one-on-one, okay? But my comment section is now for my village. If you're part of the village, if you are a supporter, that's your comment section. Make sure you guard it with your life. Don't let anybody come in there with no foolishness. Of course, my moderators will still be in there, but it's just for you guys. And if you want to talk to me directly, you can send me something through the form and I'll do a video response, or I'll respond during my podcast or on my blog. Okay, I now have a social media manager, so that means it's not just YouTube, it's Facebook, it's Instagram, it's all of it. Someone else is now running my accounts, okay? So just keep that in mind. If you want to speak to me directly, you just have to fill out the form that's in the description box, because honestly, that's the only thing that I'm checking, okay? Everything else I'm not checking. All right? So let's get to it. So somebody came into my comment section yesterday on a video, and it was called, Can a Man Change His Mind About You? It wasn't a video, it was just a podcast that I had uploaded to YouTube. And a guy named William Bernard Brown came in and he said, why don't women respect men anymore unless they meet this perfect standard, but women have no standard? Now, I refuse to believe that for all men, there isn't a standard there for what type of women they, sleep with or entertain or whatever. However, I do want to say this about both genders. Number one, men feel like they are entitled to having a level of respect simply because they're men. I will respect you as a human being. I'm a woman. I will respect you. But in order for you to earn the type of respect that I would give a boyfriend or husband, you literally have to earn it. It's not something that you are just given. And a lot of men feel like they should just get respect because they're men. And women are like that too. Women feel like you need to respect me the way you would respect any woman because I'm a woman. You understand what I'm saying? But to me, I feel like as men and women, we need to respect each other as human beings first. And then another level of respect, meaning, like, put it like this. You ever heard of, like, packages that are, like, silver, gold, platinum? You know what I'm saying? upon meeting someone, you just met, you're having respect for each other as human beings, the package that you have purchased while interacting with this person is the bronze package. Okay? You know how bronze is the basic package, and then you have, silver, gold, then platinum. When you first meet a woman, you are at bronze. And you are not going to get the perks of other packages unless you earn those packages. All right? Now, the way that men are taught is very different from how women are taught. Okay? Women, if we decide to meet a guy, and let's say we slept with him on the first night, people will look at us like we're crazy because we've given him the gold package without him earning it. We've given him the gold package because people have put so much emphasis and importance on our vaginas that if we share them, that means they're gold standard. You understand what I'm saying? But if a man sleeps with a woman on the first night, that's still bronze. Do you understand what I mean? Like, men will spread themselves so thin, right? And sleep around with so many women because they don't value themselves. They don't feel like it's a perk to sleep with them. It's a lot of men that's like that. They'll sleep with any woman as long as she cute. They'll sleep with her without protection, regardless to whether they have these phenomenal girlfriends and wives at home. To you guys, having sex is a bronze package. But what women are taught is that when we sleep with men, it's the gold standard. It's the gold package. So, as far as respect goes, when we are disrespected by men, which is often because men do not value themselves as much as they should, and we're just talking about the average man. We're talking about the F-boys. We're talking about the dusties. We're talking about the unemployed or the Pookie and the Ray Ray. You understand? We're talking about those type of men. The men that stay at home with their mama. The men who don't own their own car or home. The uneducated guys who never went to college. You understand what I'm saying? The guys that didn't invest in themselves and they care zero about their legacy. We're talking about guys like that. Not all men are like that. There are some good men out there who took the time to build their legacy. Who took the time and energy that it takes, the hard work that you got to put in to be a good man. Being a good man is not easy. You don't just walk around here and just wake up one morning and you're a good man. And it's the same thing with women. You got to put work into it. Women just don't wake up, just hair done, nails done, everything dead, walking around with a Harvard degree. You know what I mean? Educated and have all this money. That is not how it works. And for some reason, men expect for women to just wake up that way. But you don't have that same expectation and standard for yourself. Society is much harder on women. We have to work twice as hard to get half as far as men do. Seriously. There is so much pressure put on a woman to be perfect. And when we require that same perfection from men feel some type of way about it. Now, there are some women out there who have high expectations and standards. And they have these high expectations and standards, but they're low energy chick. Like, they don't have education, they don't have their own home, they don't have their own money, but they look out into the world and want this buff, athletic man who's intellectual, smart, and doing what he's supposed to do with his life. Meanwhile, she don't even work out. She don't even eat right. She don't exercise. Nothing. Bringing nothing to the table. It's women out there that think like that. And this goes back to what I said as far as people feel entitled to stuff that they don't deserve or didn't earn. Now, a woman can lose respect for you if she was attracted to you initially. She could lose it with time. Okay? I do want people to understand something, that when you first start dating someone or it's the beginning of a relationship, most men are like on their best behavior. Okay? Because they want a relationship with the woman. They want to have sex with the woman. And after a while, a man starts taking a woman for granted. He starts not appreciating her presence as he used to when they first got together. And I think a lot of men think that they can behave this way and women will still stick around. But what I need for men to understand, that nowadays is very different than the traditional woman. See, today, women don't need men the same way that women used to, because women used to rely on men to provide, because we couldn't earn a living. We didn't have rights. We couldn't vote. We couldn't drive. We couldn't get education. So the old-fashioned traditional woman is starting to fade out, because the modern or the new age woman can go out here and get her education. She can graduate from Harvard Law School with ease. She can go to a nursing program. She could go get a decent job, because we are now allowed the same opportunities. I think men don't understand, for such a long time, we could not be respected in the workplace. In higher ranking positions. Yeah, they would make us a receptionist, administrative assistant, something like that. But now you're starting to see women as executives, judges, lawyers, CEOs of companies, senators. These were things that black women weren't, let alone women in general. Of course, we've seen white women be this, but black women, you're dealing with black women. This is a black man saying this to me, so this is a black woman he's dealing with, right? So nowadays, you have to understand that the new age woman can go out here and get what she needs, and she no longer needs to rely on a man to provide. Now, I always say to women, just because you can go out there and get your own bag, you still need to require that the man in your life provide in some type of way. We're not just talking about hair done, nails done, everything did, clothes, jewelry, dates, stuff like that. Just allow this man to show you how much he values you by how he takes care of you. Women want to be taken care of in very different ways from how men want to be taken care of. Okay? Now, women, back in the day, we used to have to stick to our man because it was shameful to break up with him or divorce, because we had to rely on him to take care of us. Okay? So women weren't as anxious to break up or divorce because it was frowned upon. It wasn't something that, we could do with ease without being misjudged. A lot of people during that time didn't want to be criticized. Nobody wants to side eye or to feel like they don't belong somewhere. So, of course, women back in the day, they were not comfortable with that. Today, keeping your relationship with your woman requires that you do more than simply provide. You have to have a deeper love and respect for one another for that relationship to be healthy. And if a man can't show genuine love, respect, and care for a woman, she'll leave. The relationship will fall apart. And sometimes fast. Okay? Now, starting a relationship with anybody is easy, right? Starting a relationship is easy. And let me tell you why. Because everybody's on their best behavior at the beginning of the relationship. So you're seeing the best somebody has, right? But you're not seeing them at their worst. Okay? Usually at the beginning of relationships, the energy is positive. Both of you are coming in there just having fun, having a good time. But the hard part, after women are so open to going with the flow, it's a lot of women that's comfortable with going with the flow, and men like go with the flow. Men want to have sex and go with the flow at the same time when they're meeting women. They don't want women to be so pressed to be married or in a relationship. They just want someone who they can sleep with casually and see how it goes. A lot of women are comfortable with that arrangement now. Like, men don't have to lie no more about the fact that they have wives and girlfriends, because now you got women out here that if you tell them you're in a relationship with someone else, they'll respect you as a man for telling the truth, because they've been lied to for so many years by so many different men. So by the time you come to them like, yo, I got a girlfriend, but I just want to sleep with you and that's it, she's like, oh, okay, well, let's see what we can do. You know what I'm saying? It's women out there who will make that arrangement. But you have to also understand that simply because it's women out there that's like that, you still have other types of women that are going to require more from you, and you got to know the difference. A lot of times men don't know the difference between a woman who feels comfortable with that type of arrangement, and if she is comfortable with that type of arrangement, they tend to disrespect her and look down upon her and call her names and, just be disrespectful towards her and think the situation just going to be smooth after that. And they also see these other women that would never agree to that arrangement, and they still find a way to get in relationships with these women or marriages with these women and still disrespect these women by lying to them and sleeping with other women. So the behavior of men right now doesn't deserve respect. So there's a lot of women out there that's not respecting men on any level because of the way that men have oppressed us and treated us and manipulated us and abused us. And I'm not saying all men. If you don't behave that way, then you're an exception to a rule, because the majority of men that are walking around do not have good intentions for women, because these men feel like they're entitled to have access to these women. They feel like they deserve to be able to sleep with whatever woman they want, and this woman should allow them to do whatever if they're quote unquote pretending to be a nice guy for the moment. Because men will swear up and down that they're a nice guy, but they'll be pretending to be that in the beginning and then show you that they're a piece of crap, after you've been there for a while, and then expect you to stay. That's how men operate. Now, here are a few things that mistakes that men can make that will have women just suddenly no longer have respect for them. Okay. Number one, you show that you're an alpha male, right? When you and her alone, but then when other men come around, you get a little weak. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of don't show your leadership around them. I personally like leaders. I don't want to be bossed around. And of course, as a woman, I'll be submissive to a man who can show me he's a leader. But you can't boss me around like I'm a slave or servant or like some kind of employee or something when we're alone. But then when we get in front of people, you get all super weak and everything. Now, I would never stay with a man who did any of these things anyway. But any woman who has been in that type of situation can tell you that we see a difference in men when we're alone with them versus how they act around other men. Like, another perspective of this is that a man will be all alpha male-ish and acting all like he, would be good at a leadership role in private with a woman. But then when we get around other males, they don't know how to defend or protect their family. They're submissive to men. They do what other men tell them to do. You can't lead a woman and be classified as a leader in a woman's eyes when you're listening to things that other men tell you or encourage you to do in your own situation. That's not a leader, that's a follower. So when you get around a whole bunch of males and you start doing what other males do, you're not a leader. That's not attractive to us. Okay? It doesn't mean that you have to do all the work in a relationship because you are a leader. Being a leader also means that you can look at other people's skills and expertise and things that they know how to do, their intellect, and things that they know how to do, and allow them space to do that. Being a leader isn't about bossing people around and telling people what to do all the time. It's more of, as a man and woman in a relationship, you have to understand that your woman is probably capable of taking lead without you. And you need to allow her the opportunity to do so. Now, women, for the most part, we prefer for men to take charge and lead the way, But sometimes we do want say in certain things, and that's okay. I think it needs to be an equal balance there and not some type of power struggle. But one thing that definitely turns women off is if you act weak in front of other men, or you submit to other men when they try to tell you what to do with your relationship or your household. That's not their business. So if a man comes to you talking about your girlfriend, wife, or baby mama, or whatever the case may be, submitting to what they say or causing drama in your own home because of these men is a turnoff. Women don't like that. So women will lose respect for you because of it. The next thing I think would make a woman lose respect for you is if you are overly insecure, where you are overprotective and always accusing her of cheating on you or lying. Like, you're super suspicious about everything. A woman doesn't want you to solely have to rely on you. Like, a woman wants to know that you love her and you want to be in her life and you care about her and, you would do anything for her. But what women also want to know is that you would be fine if she wasn't there. Like, if she was without her. Like, say, for instance, y'all got kids together. Something happened to her. Maybe she passed away or she gone or something. We want to know that you can handle the children. We want to know that you're going to be okay without us. A woman don't want a guy who is intellectually or emotionally weak whenever she's not around. That is unattractive. And the way that men show that they're insecure or secretly weak is when they're super suspicious or overprotective. When you are overprotective or super suspicious, where you're accusing a woman of something that she didn't do, when she knows she's a good woman, it turns her off. She loses respect for you when you do stuff like that. It shows that you are emotionally unstable. We want to see a man who has emotional intelligence, and that could be difficult for a lot of men because as men are growing up, men aren't taught how to handle their emotions. They aren't taught emotional intelligence. Women are. We're taught that it's okay for us to cry and have emotions and do all that. Okay? Now, like I said, we don't want to feel like our man needs us. And, of course, there's a thin line between being overly needy to being afraid that she'll leave you. If you are a good man and you're doing what you're supposed to do and you chose the right woman, you don't ever have to worry about her leaving you. Not ever. Now, if you're walking around here and you're doing all of this negative behavior, you're going to need to be afraid. Because if she ever finds out that you're cheating, lying, manipulating, doing whatever it is that you promised her you wouldn't, or you didn't show a side of yourself or a character that you had when you first met, you need to fear her leaving. But most women aren't just going to leave their man for another man. Like, if a woman, put it like this, if a woman is with you and she suddenly leaves you for another man, or she got a better paying job or something like that, and she leaves you, she was never in from the beginning. And I think a lot of men feel like women just suddenly change their mind about men. No, usually if a woman is with you, you her man, period. Like, we are loyal. We'll stand up for a man. Okay? Don't nobody want no bugaboo. Don't nobody want no man that's consistently calling us every 5 and 10 minutes trying to figure out what we doing. Give us some breathing space. Wouldn't you feel some type of way if a woman called you every 15 minutes? What you doing? Where you going? What you doing? Where you going? All day, every day, wanting to know what you're doing. A lot of times that's pressure, right? Women are attracted to strength in men and turned off by certain types of weaknesses. And if you display that weakness, women will sense it as insecurity and lose attraction and respect for you on a fundamental level. And a woman does not want to lose respect and attraction for you in the middle of a relationship. No woman wants that. Each woman wants to be confident in the situation. We want to feel like this is a solid thing that we in. And if you change how she feels about you, most of the time, the initial response, if a woman is starting to feel negative about you, or she's starting to lose attraction or respect for you, her initial thought is, I want him to fix this. There has to be a solution to this. Most women are solution-based as far as this goes. Because a lot of us just want to go back to the way things were. You know this. The next thing that women think about it and what would have her lose respect for you or stop being attracted to you is if you don't have any ambition or goals or determination. That is so ugly. That is like, what are you doing with your life? Are you wasting your time here? Because we only die once. We live every day. We only die once. So what are you doing? Are you living? I say to people on my podcast and in my videos all the time that people who are productive or people who feel like they have a sense of purpose in their life aren't walking around here wasting their time, making poor decisions all the time. A lot of times they think things through. They think about the possibilities before they move forward. A lot of women are like that because a lot of us feel like we have more going for ourselves. We have a lot of ambition. Women are usually very ambitious. And one thing that we also are is intuitive and receptive. So if you're not walking in towards your true potential of who you are, women will pick up on that. A woman can see you hiding your potential out of fear, and she'll lose respect for you because of that fear. If you're afraid to become the type of man you know you are, a good woman is not going to be feeling you. I'm sorry, because good women are so ambitious. We are determined. We have things that we want to do. We are successful, so we expecting you to want to do this as well. If you have the potential to be great and you wasting your talents or you're squandering your riches, that is so unattractive to women. You have to have a purpose in life. You have to be following through with something. Women are not comfortable seeing men with no goals in life. You need to push forward and you need to start achieving something if you haven't already. Okay? We're not talking about you got to be, a tycoon or nothing. Unless that's what you want to be. Work towards it. But a woman will work with you if you already, have shown that you have ambition. Now, here's the thing. I tell women all the time, don't date men because of their potential. Don't date men because of their potential. And what I mean by that is, if you see potential in a man and he hasn't started working on his goals and dreams yet, do not bother with him. If a man has potential, and he's already started working on his goals and he's already a whole bunch of steps in, cool. But if a man is in a beginning stage, that's not the type of man you want to be with. It's not the type of man you want to be with. Because you never know if he's going to be at his full potential. A lot of men give up on themselves. I said it, my last relationship, he gave up on himself. So it was hard for me to continue to be with him. Okay, the next thing that will make a woman lose respect for a man. All this damn whining. Like you a victim. Every time women meet men, and y'all do this every single time, especially if y'all narcissists. And it's narcissists out here flinging out the term narcissist when they themselves are narcissists. So right now it's very difficult to pick out who a narcissist is. It's because everybody is sitting here pointing their fingers and saying everybody a narcissist. But those of us who actually did some decent research, we know who a narcissist is and we know whether we are one or not. So, what narcissists tend to do, or just men in general, let's not say narcissists, I said that we flinging that around too much. Let's say men. Most men are out here pretending like they the victim. When they talk to you about their last relationship, they talk about their ex like she's the devil incarnate. They don't talk about all the good things she did. They don't talk about how she loved him. They don't talk about how she invested her energy and her time. My ex, my son's father, he didn't tell the world I used to cook for him, clean for him. I helped him, tried to help him get his GED. I helped us start a business. Well, every time he called me, I picked up the phone. I was always there for him. His friends liked me. His co-workers liked me. His family liked me. He didn't tell the world that once we broke up. He tried to pin me as the devil incarnate. He didn't tell the truth about me. He didn't tell people how nice I was, kind I was, funny I was, understanding I was. He left all that stuff out. Because people like to depict themselves as the victim. They're always talking about, oh, I just lost my job. Oh, I just lost this investment. Oh, me and my family and friends are arguing. Oh, I had all these tough times and challenges. Woe is me. Never looking for solutions. Always talking about problems all the time. Never no solutions. Never talking about what they did to fix a situation. What are your ideas as far as solutions go? Are you a solution-based person? Because for me, for the most part, I'm going to sit here and analyze the situation so I can bring some solutions to the table. What's the solution? A man always complaining about his life. Always acting like he a victim. When you do that, a woman will know that no matter what happens to you in your life, no matter what's thrown at you, no matter how many problems you have, you ain't going to be able to handle it. Because you're not strong enough. Women want men who know how to push through all that stuff. Talk about your solutions. Talk about what you accomplish. Talk about the problems and how you solve them. That's attractive to women. Women want to keep hearing you complain about how hard life is. Talk about how you fixed it. We expect for men to be strong mentally and emotionally, right? And a lot of times, when you show weakness to women, we find it difficult to see you as a real man. Because like I said, the standard for us is very different. We are required to be strong mentally and emotionally. So 9 times out of 10, we're walking into the situation stronger than you mentally and emotionally. Because we were brought up that way. Society taught us to be that way. So when we're not strong mentally and emotionally, it's classified as a weakness to society. So when we look at you, we expecting you as a man to be stronger than us. We get a lot of pressure. It's not required of you what's required of us. So in some ways, it's unfair for us to expect you to be stronger than us in that way. Because we had all this time in the world to work on our mental and emotional strength. Because we're pressured into doing so. We're women. But men, if you don't deal with your emotions, like say for instance, the only emotion men are allowed to have is anger. Women aren't allowed to be angry. If we're angry, that bitch is crazy. That's what they're gonna say. She's crazy. She's acting masculine. We're not allowed to be angry. Think about how horrible black women have been treated. And when we respond in anger, how does the world respond? They treat us like we're crazy. But if a non-black woman or a man was to get angry, oh, that's just normal. You see men fighting in the street, oh, that's okay. That's normal. Boys will be boys. If we don't handle our emotions, we're supposed to have our emotions in control. But it's okay for y'all to fly off the handle. You know what I'm saying? So think about this. When women get in a situation with you, 9 times out of 10, we've been taught how to handle our emotions. A lot of times, there are women out there who have not been taught how to handle their emotions. I know for me, I was never taught how to handle my emotions. I always kept my emotions in, like how a man would. I was very quiet growing up. Never spoke, really. I held everything in. Everything I was thinking, everything I was feeling. I never said. So I'm kind of built like a man as far as my emotions go. And when I got older, I just started exploding. Like, I was not for the disrespect. In my early 20s, I was not for it. I was slapping the shit out of anybody who had something disrespectful to say. And it wasn't until I got older that I was like, you know what? A lot of this is not worth me having an explosion over. I mean, the best thing I could do from you is look at you like you crazy and walk off because I got something better to do. And you're not about to put me in a position to where I'm going to be in trouble. You know? A woman will love you and care about you and like you as a person, but when she loses enough respect for you, her attraction to you will fade. Keep that in mind. It's not what happens to you in your life, it's how you deal with it. And how you deal with it determines how it's going to play out. So if you act like a victim and you run in fear anytime anything get hard or you see a challenge and you keep making excuses for why there's a mess and there's a problem and why you sad and why you missed the opportunity, that's ugly. That is ugly. You better go out here and figure it out. Okay? Next. A woman could lose respect for you if you are consistently criticizing her. Always judging her unfavorably. Teasing her. Making fun of her. And acting like it's lighthearted every time. Like you just playing. Women don't like that. Because it feels belittling. It feels condescending. Especially when you're doing it on a regular basis. Now, you know, with friends, we might joke and pass judgment. Like this guy I'm talking to right now, we always talk about each other's forehead. Because my head big, his head big. So we talk about each other's forehead. But I would not belittle him or criticize him. Every day. Say hurtful things. In front of her, behind her back. If a woman sees that you don't respect her, she's not going to respect you back. If you disrespect her, she's not going to respect you back. You got to show love in a relationship. You got to be empowering. You got to have something positive to say to your woman. You don't have nothing positive to say to your woman. Don't expect her to find something positive to say to you. Seriously. All right? Next thing. A woman don't want no man she can always walk over. Always telling him what to do. Always can control him. He ain't gonna make a solid decision. You know, why would a woman want that? Don't no woman want no man that she could walk over or treat bad. Just like a man will do what a woman allows him to do, a woman will do what a man allows her to do. Don't let a woman boss you around all the time. She'll lose respect for you. I'm not saying always have conflict or start conflict or always make it difficult to be around you. It's a balance in everything. You got to figure this out. You can't always be sitting here being difficult to deal with or making it so easy. Like, do you have your own thought process? Because if you don't want to eat at Olive Garden tonight, you need to say that. You know? If you want to go bowling instead of playing pool tonight like we always do, you need to say that. Alright? If you don't want to watch Love Jones on Netflix and instead you want to watch Love and Basketball, let's get it then. Say that. You know what I mean? If you want to go to Belize instead of Saint-Tropez, you need to say that. Okay? Don't be letting no woman walk all over you like that. That's how women lose respect for you. But show a woman that you love and respect her. You know what I mean? You don't have to always give her what she wants in the entire relationship. You can give her what she wants as an individual. Like sometimes giving a woman a gift is what's up. Taking a woman out to eat, that's what's up. You know? Writing her a love letter. Giving her flowers. Gestures, romantic gestures of love, that's beautiful, man. Do that. But to allow her to run the relationship 24/7, nah, bad idea. All right, next thing. A woman will lose respect for you if you take her love and respect for granted. All right? Every man is supposed to bring out the best in a girlfriend or wife. All right? You got to make sure she feel motivated to want to be good to you. Want to respect you. Want to love you. Do not take a woman for granted and still expect her to stick around just because the relationship was good in the beginning. If you get in the habit of being a POS, a dust bucket, a damn F-boy, she gonna lose respect for you eventually. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. Don't think you about to get away with any of that. You have to be the best version of yourself you can be and show the woman that you're with so much respect. And I promise you, she will show you that same thing in return. I promise you. You just have to show that. You just have to be that. You want to be happily married? You want to be in a relationship? You want to know how to fix stuff? You want to know what the secret to your relationship is? It's simple. It's not hard. Don't take what you have for granted. Appreciate what you have, because a lot of men don't know what they got. A lot of men have no idea how good they got it with a woman until that relationship is over. And they can't find a woman that's better than the woman they was with. I want the one thing I want my son's father to remember. Since we've broken up, this is the one thing I want him to remember. Every woman he was with before me was a mistake. And every woman he gets with after me is a downgrade. And when he was with me, he didn't even realize how good he had it. Do you know how many men was like, that dumb nigga? That dumb nigga. Listening to some low energy dudes on a YouTube channel. When there were thousands, I'm talking thousands of men off that little sector of YouTube who was so pressed to be in his position. And that fool squandered his riches. You have no idea what you have sometimes, fellas. You don't even realize it. No matter how much a woman shows you, no matter how good she behaves, no matter how much she loves you, sometimes you just don't see it. Because you're too concerned about what you could or should get out of a relationship that you think you're not getting, that's all of the stuff that you are getting, you overlook. I know y'all heard about the 80-20 rule. You get 80% of what you want out of a relationship, and that little 20% you not getting, you start focused on that little 20%, and you end up losing the 80 because you was out here running in the streets looking for that 20%. Yeah, that was you. Taking what you have for granted, not appreciating what you have, not even understanding the severity of how difficult it is to be able to find someone who genuinely loves and cares for you for you. A lot of men don't even understand how many hearts they have broken, how many good women they done ran through, lying, manipulating, and then wonder why women are starting to lose respect for men as a whole. It's women out here, listen, women are starting to lose respect for the male species in general. It's women out here that would not give 2 fucks if there was no more men on this planet. Because most men oppressed women, disrespected women, abused women, manipulated women, because society taught you that. Society told you to belittle and criticize women. Society told you that that's what an alpha male is. That's the strategy. Play women. Hurt their feelings. Lie to them. Do whatever you can to have sex with them. And if they fall for your foolishness, that's their problem. Better her than me. I want to be a pimp. I want to be a player. Because I want to look good in the eyes of other men. Even though these the women that cook for me, clean for me, take care of me when I'm sick, take care of my kids, do everything inside of my household, love me through it all. Instead of me sitting here concerned about what my wife wants or my girlfriend wants, I'm out here caring about how other men see me. That's men. Men, most men are not the leader of the pack. They just in the pack. You ever seen a pack of wolves? Each pack of wolves has a leader, has an alpha, right? Most men are not the alpha. Most men. And when you try to tell men this, they don't want to believe it. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Like I said at the beginning, the men that go to their households and they lead inside of their household, they're like super bossy to their wife or their girlfriend, but then when they go outdoors, they suddenly are no longer the alpha male. They're just a dog in the pack. That was my last relationship. He used to swear up and down. He was a lion. He was a king. He was all this, you know what I mean? He was this god, you know? He could lead. He had this under control. He was so strong-minded, strong-willed, right? That's how he acted behind closed doors. But then when we had to deal with the rest of the world and other men, he was no longer leader of the pack. He became weak around other men. That is so unattractive. That is the most unattractive thing about a man. A woman will lose respect for you immediately if you do that. Protect your family, protect your women, protect your children. And don't let anybody come into your situation and tell you what you're supposed to be doing with your woman, your wife, your kids. Don't do that. Don't be that man. So the man that asked me this question, he said, why don't women respect men anymore unless they meet this perfect standard? But women have no standard. Honey, If women don't have no standard, that's you. You set the boundaries. You set the standards for women in your life. If you're going around here and you sleeping with any woman you think is sexy, that's a problem. Just because she look good don't mean she good for you. Women don't respect men anymore because men don't respect themselves. Y'all out here giving every single woman the gold standard when most of these chicks deserve that bronze package. Remember, bronze, silver, gold, platinum. Platinum is marriage. Bronze is human decency that we supposed to give to everybody. But y'all going out here giving these women gold standard by sleeping with them, having babies with them. Women that you didn't even like that, you out here sleeping with, and they end up pregnant. Now you somewhere mad, abandoning your kids. And then you wonder why a woman has no respect for you. You don't respect yourself. You don't respect yourself. You better have some standards and requirements when you're dealing with these women, because not every single woman deserves to have sex with you. Not every single woman deserves to have your protein in order to make a baby. How hard is it to put on some protection? If you're going to go around here and you're going to sleep with these women casually, that's you not having respect for yourself. Especially if you married or in a relationship with somebody else. But instead of other men saying to you, yo, you must ain't got no respect for yourself because you cheated on your wife or you cheated on your girlfriend. Men out here celebrating you, giving gold standard packages, gold standard packages to bronze level chicks. And men sitting out here clapping for you like some dumbasses. Y'all dumb. That's why women don't respect you. If you want respect from women, respect yourself. Respect what you're doing. Don't go out here just sleeping around with any woman. Don't go around here listening to your homeboys about what you should do with your woman. Lead. Respect yourself. Have some goals, some accomplishments, something going for yourself. You'll get respect, trust me. Trust me. Women love accomplished men, goal-oriented men, determined men. Women love that. Why you think the men out here who got the most money got the most women? It ain't his money, per se. He's impressive. He accomplished goals. He got a long list of accolades. He's powerful. He in a leadership role. That's what makes men attractive. And it's the same thing about women. Y'all got a list of stuff that y'all supposedly would give a woman on a platinum level. Right? But to me, those standards low. Because like I said, women who have sex, one night stands, casual sex, we're classified as stupid because we giving a bronze level dude gold standard. But when y'all go out here and y'all sleep around with these women, one night stands, casual flings, y'all giving bronze level chicks gold standard treatment. And these other idiots around you, your friends, your homies, your woties, out here clapping for you. Celebrating that dumb shit. You want respect? Start respecting yourself. And don't give no bronze level chick no damn gold standard. If she ain't girlfriend material, don't sleep with her. Don't sleep with her. If she not girlfriend material, don't take her on a date. If she coming to you saying, listen, let's just do this casual thing, that don't mean you gotta disrespect her, because she'll lose respect for you too. It just means that she on the bronze level. And you have to decide if you even want to waste your time, because for the sake of having fun with a bronze chick. Is it worth it? And usually if you have a purpose, it ain't even going to be worth it. You messing with a bronze level chick. Think about this. You got to think about this in packages. And we're not talking about, listen, I don't know why y'all don't understand the whole incentive process or perks. I don't know why y'all don't understand it. And I do understand that sometimes people just on the bronze level. Okay, because I've been on the bronze level, like, I don't want no relationship. I'm on bronze. Like, I'm on bronze. But don't be walking around here on bronze level yourself, expecting a platinum chick. Y'all will go out here, a man will be on a bronze level, then depict himself as a platinum level dude to a platinum level chick. Trick her into thinking that's who he is. And then when the platinum level chick find out, she upset. And lose respect for you. And then it keeps happening over and over and over and over again. Because for some reason, the bronze dudes are walking around here acting like they platinum. So women starting to lose respect for all y'all. Not just the dusties. You know what I mean? Not just the F-boys. Women are losing respect for all of y'all. Because a good man will see a dusty or F-boy doing something screwed up, and instead of him saying something, he'll just, that ain't my business. No, it is your business if that's your homie. When you see these men and you know they doing something disrespectful, that's your time to be like, listen, disrespecting your woman might not be a good idea. See, there's a difference between you coming to your homeboy, jealous that he in a relationship with somebody he loved that's doing something good to him, and you call yourself warning him with gossip, and you ain't got no proof that this chick is whatever you saying she is. Lying to him, mad because you sitting there with desert dick, and he got somebody, so you walk up to him and try to, come to him with some gossip. That's different than you saying, homie, I see your actions. I see what you doing to this woman. Don't do that. That's a difference. When you come to a man who in a relationship or married, and you come to him talking to him about his woman, a woman you don't know, never been with, never sleep with, or shit, you slept with her 20 years ago, 10 years ago, and you talking to him about her, you look stupid. You sound stupid. But if you come to a man where you see his behavior, you know him. You talking to him about him, not his woman. You talking to him about him. And the poor choices that he's making, that is respectable. Gossiping is not. Lying is not. Trying to convince a man that he shouldn't be with a woman when you don't know this woman is not what's up. That's lame as hell. So you want to know why women don't have respect for you? That's why. All the lying, the manipulating, you ain't got no damn goals, but you want some respect. You disrespect women, you sleep around. You got all these baby mamas and children that some of y'all don't even take care of, but you want some respect? And when you trick women and manipulate women, you blame them for trusting you. Oh, she shouldn't have fell for her. She fell for her. She that dumb. Really? And you want women to respect you? Come on, man. Don't make me preach it to you today. Anyway. Yo, if you got any video topic suggestions or questions or concerns, you know what to do. I have a form that's inside of my description box, as well as in my comment section that you can fill out. Please put your comments inside of the comment section. My comment section is for my village. It's time for you to debate. It's time for you to debate this light debate. Why don't women respect men anymore unless they meet this perfect standard? But women have no standard. Hey, women don't respect men anymore unless they meet this perfect standard. You know what that means? Women done smartened up. Women done wised up. Okay? That's all it is, babes. That's all it is. Have vision to stay focused, y'all. Namaste.